So before I let you compute some formulas or I let you use some formulas to compute, let's look at some 6 related concepts. So these are terminologies na applicable din sa atin. Number 1, the workload of the laboratory is the annual usage. So annual usage, kumbaga, how much do you actually use na supplies in 1 year. So, depende yun sa gaano ka-heavy, whether madami ba kayong patient or pakonti-konti lang. So, it's dependent on your workload. What about the average daily usage? The average daily usage can be obtained by dividing the following: the amount of supplies you ordered in 1 year and divide that by 365 days. Okay, divide the amount of supply divided by 365 days. And yun yung average daily usage mo. Okay? Third is the cost of ordering. So cost, we're relating to the purchasing now, yung price ng pag-order natin. So this can be obtained daw by dividing the following: the expenses ng purchasing section, divide that by kung ilan the real number of purchases that was issued. Like for example, if your expenses was 50,000, kung yung expenses mo 50,000 and yung number of items na binili mo is just 5. 50,000 for 5 items. So try dividing that. Tama ba? That's 10. So 10 ang cost of ordering mo. Tama ba? 50 divided by 5. Okay. Ayun. Next, accounts for the present annual holding cost. Si annual holding cost. So holding, no? This time it's about storing. So this accounts for the expense of maintaining your stock room for storing the materials na hindi pa naman agad kailangan. Okay, so gaano kadami yung pera na nilalabas mo by just filling in your stock room with supplies. Okay? And yung pag nilalagay mo na supply doon, hindi naman lahat kailangan in 1 day. Right? So, are you actually expending too much money by stocking this with a lot of supplies na hindi naman agad ginagamit? So, this will help you understand that. Okay, second to the last is cost per unit. Cost per unit here is a very straightforward calculation. So, kasi per unit siya, per item, no? So, once a decision has been made, kung ano man yung binili mo or ginagamit mo, it will help you know the best price that is available. So, it's a straightforward calculation, cost per unit of item that you're using. Once you're sure the decision has been made, it will help you know kung ano yung best price available for that item. And lastly, we have lead time. So lead time is the time, no? Literally, it's amount of time or the advance notice na kailangan pala between ordering, placing an order, and the time that it arrives. So para siyang interval. Okay? This is kumbaga kailangan lahat ng ta-try mong i-purchase may lead time. So parang give them naman grace and time to provide that for you. So you place an order today, for example, and for example, it will arrive 2 weeks later. That would be the lead time. Hindi pwede nakaka-order mo lang today, you expect it to arrive in just 10 minutes. Unless siguro nag-avail ka nung just in time um, restocking technique na pinayagan ng supplier mo, for example. Okay? All right. So here is the solving part. Okay, so for the solving part, we have the following formulas. So we have three for EOP, EOQ, EOP, and then ROT. Okay? So for EOQ muna, so meron siyang square root. So you're going to get the square root of 2 multiplied to the annual usage times the cost of ordering divided by the annual holding cost per unit. And then for EOP, annual usage will be divided by 365 days times your lead time in days. Lastly, for ROT, EOQ, this one, EOQ divided by annual usage times 365 days. So do you see, balik ko lang, why we discussed And we discuss these related concepts, okay, because they are generally applied to this area. Okay? All right. So just to review the definitions ng tatlong to, remember, no, your EOQ asks you how much to order at one time. Your EOP, your point, is the safety level for when you need to reorder. And your ROT is telling you what is the best time to order. Okay? So, para lang clear ulit, this one, ROT, will help you establish kung kailan, 'di ba? Kung kailan mo kailangan mag-order, and this will help you take best advantage ng dalawang to. Okay? So, for example, EOQ has to be ordered whenever your inventory reaches your EOP. Okay, mag-order ka na ng kailangan mo number kapag nakita mo na na-reach mo na yung point. And that entire order will be made within the ROT, dapat within the best time to order ng product mo. Okay? So, one thing then that you have to know, kapag compute kayo later, always round up. Okay? We round up kapag may nakita na kayong decimal point, just round up to the next number na mataas. Okay? Round up your answers to the kapag decimal form. Always round up your answers. Okay. Let's try solving using these given information. So, ito yung guide nyo, same formula as earlier. Okay? So, una, ito yung given. Given si annual usage, 11,000 packs. We have the cost of ordering, which is 25 pesos per order. We have the annual holding cost, which is 2.5 pesos per year. And the lead time is 7 days. So, can you try computing the EOQ, EOP, and ROT using these formulas? Okay, I will give you enough time. You can pause this video or just answer as we go. Okay? Sige. Okay, kunwari you're done. Just pause na lang if you're not yet done. But kunwari you're done and you're already done with these. Kunyari, ganyan daw kayo nag-solve. Okay. I hope medyo na, naging clear naman. Easy to follow naman yung three formulas natin. So, in case you're lost, just look at this box para ma-review ninyo. Okay? Let's see your answers. Again, you can pause the video anytime just to see if you can do it on your own. But here are the answers in the next slide. Okay? Ayan. So, if ito yung pertinent information natin, same as earlier, so let's try looking at your answers. If they're the same, you can compare your answers. Ayan. So, remember the note, we always round up, meaning walang sasagot na in decimal form. Okay? Round up whenever we see na may decimal, immediately round up the answers. So, nag-substitution siya. Nag-substitution tayo here. The annual usage is 11,000, right? And then the cost of ordering is 25. So we multiply that, then times 2, and divide our annual holding cost na 2.5. We get this initial answer, okay, that's initial. And then, of course, since it has a decimal, we have to approximate it na 470 packs. So this will be your final answer. Okay? 470 packs daw yung kailangan niyang orderin na quantity. Yun yung how much. What about the point? Ano yung lowest point or lowest level at which alam na natin na kailangan nating mag-order ulit? Annual usage is still 11,000 divided by 365 times your lead time, no, na 7 days. And you get here 210.95 and etc. It's still in decimal. So to finalize it, we're reporting rounded up. That's 211 packs. So ibig sabihin, kapag umabot na sa 211 yung pack mo ng CM plate, kailangan mo ng mag-order ulit. And how much yung orderin mo? 470. Okay? Now, when's the best time to do all of this? Kailan tayo gagawa ng ganyan? Let's look at the ROT now. So, your EOQ, yung sagot mo kanina, this one. Oh, this should be 470. Sorry, pakipalitan na lang. This should be 470 and then divided by 11,000 times 365. What's that? Can you compute that? Okay, instead of it being 16 days, is it different if it's 470 divided by 11,000 times 365? Oh, it's the same. I got 15.59545454. Okay. So instead of 469, this is wrong, no? This should be 470. Kasi yun siya done. 470 dapat ito. Anyway, that's too much. Okay. This is 470 dapat. And then you should get still 16 days, approximately 16 days. So what does that say? Meaning, whenever we reach 211 na lang, yung pack na meron ka sa stock room, how much are you going to order? 470. And when do you reorder 470? Every 16 days. Pag pumatak na yung 16th day, okay, we order 470 packs. If na-reach mo na yung point na 211. Okay? Alright. Okay, so that's it for the computation part. So now we're moving on to a little bit more. Actually, very short lang ang discussion today. Meron daw specific procedure, traditional procedure, when you want to purchase a new equipment. So, bibili ka ng bagong machine, bagong centrifuge, for example, bagong um, analyzer for chemistry. So, meron daw konting procedure to do that. The first is we're developing a budget. Siyempre, budget muna. Hindi pwede na bibili ka lang na wala pa tayong pambayad. So, yun yung first step. Secondary step, we're going to wait na ma-accept yung request natin. Okay? Kasi magsasend ka ng request after developing the budget and then wait natin na ma-accept sila ng ating committee. So, papaano ba natin malalaman kung na-accept or not? We wait for the voting process to happen. So, the bidding, may bidding na mangyayari, the voting uh, have to go, um, will have to happen between whether the board, ganyan, and mapaprioritize nun yung request natin and that will be the success. Meaning, pwede na tayo mag-start mag-purchase ng items na allowed within our budget. May nakanote dito na highest priority kasi kung prioritize according to this entire process, priority is for example, unahin yung hematology part. If the hematology requires, for example, a new machine, kasi luma na siya, and you want to buy this advanced machine for chemistry, pero hindi mo pa naman siya kailangan, doon tayo sa priority, sa higher priority. Okay? Alright. So, in doing that, in acquiring new equipment and maintaining new equipment, ito yung sinasabi ko na may committee muna na dadaanan yung request natin. Hindi tayo basta-basta makakagalaw ng pera ng ating hospital or ng ating laboratory. We have the Technical Evaluation Committee or the TEC na siyang nagko-conduct ng primary evaluation. Siya yung una nag-check ng gusto nating bilhin na equipment and technology. So, pumaga siya yung frontliner in checking all our requests. And higher than this is our Laboratory Advisory Board. So, our Laboratory Advisory Board or LAB, sila yung pinaka-final review committee that will take the recommendations. Pag, siya yung mag-receive ng submission ni TEC whether they say yes or no to our request. and sila yung magfa-final vote. Question, papaano kung sinabi ni TEC, pwede, kung sa kanya, check, no? Pero karating kay lab, parang ayaw niyang pumayag. Makakabili ba tayo ng equipment? No, kasi sila yung final na magsasabi. Okay? Alright, ito yung possible appointees or members ng ating committee. Starting with the TEC members, we have a clinical pathologist, the laboratory manager. So ito yung medyo kilala na natin. Pero yung iba dito, new to our ears. Meron din daw procurement officer, the one who actually orders, no? Procurement officer, our financial service representative, a biomedical engineer, a section supervisor, a regular day shift medical technologist, more technical experts, technical generalist, and a laboratory computer manager. Okay, so these are all part ng TEC. Sila yung una nag-check ng request natin for equipment buying. What about members ng advisory board? So ito medyo mas higher in authority, higher in ranking. We have the chief executive, the chief financial officer, chief operations officer, okay? Chief medical officer, clinical patho, other medical doctors, engineering director, and lastly, facilities manager. Okay? Alright. Possible din pala na kung ayaw natin bumili or for example, na-disapprove, hindi tayo nakabili ng bagong equipment, pwede palang mag-acquire ng second-hand or previously owned equipment na kung titignan mo, baka mas mura. So, in doing that, we have the following methods. Pwede palang equipment is repossessed, refurbished or reconditioned or remanufactured. Okay, tingnan natin. Kapag bumili ka ng equipment na previously owned and repossessed ang label niya, meaning the product is somehow good as new. Halos walang binago sa kanya. Hindi pa siya binuksan, hindi pa siya nasira-sira, and it's basically good to go. Okay? It's as is. Parang bago lang siya, pero hindi siya masyadong ginamit ng unang owner niya. What about refurbished or reconditioned? So this time, okay, nag-undergo na siya ng cleaning, nag-undergo na ng repair, and with that, acceptable pa rin naman, pwede pa rin naman siyang i-operate. Okay, nag-undergo lang ng konting mga repair. Lastly, we have remanufacturing. So from the word remanufacturing, bumalik daw siya sa manufacturer. So this is where the original equipment ng manufacturer is the one who completely overhauled, no? May overhauling ng equipment and then binalik niya to service as if it were new. So having this term na overhauling, I just checked no what it means. It means it was taken apart, no, yung machine or equipment, in-examine siya and ni-repair if ever it was needed, no? So, nag-undergo pa siya ng fixing up, ng patching up, ng repair, pero the manufacturer itself yung gumawa. And then, binalik niya to service and pwede mo na ulit bilhin as if bago ulit kunwari. Okay? Those are three ways wherein we can own equipment na nanggaling na sa ibang owner. Just to be safe, whenever you wanna buy equipment na nagamit na ng iba, meron daw tayong precautions here. Para lang hindi tayo nasa-scam, para hindi tayo naloloko, no? Firstly, we have to do a vendor background check. So, ang iti-check natin is yung mismo nagbenta. Okay? So, in vendor background check, gaano katagal na ba siyang nagbi-business? Is it just kakabukas niya lang ba kahapon or 10 years na ba niyang ginagawa? So it shows kasi the credibility here. What about the number of years in the present location? Ever since ba nagsimula sila, nakatayo na sila sa, let's say, Pampanga? Or kakastart lang nila last week? Because that's a bit sketchy. What about educational background? Meron bang degree yung mga owner? Are they professionals talaga? What about references from their current and past clients? Do they say good things about them or puro sila reject or puro sila complaints? And of course, more importantly, do they have the license to even operate? Okay? What else? Understanding the deal. So, important din na naiintindihan mo yung agreement ninyo Clear ba yung price? Nung sinabi niya bang 10,000 fixed na yon, or nung tumawad ka ng mga 8,000 binigay niya pa ng 8,500? Because that's a little, parang not everyone does that, right? Like, especially in the real setting. Terms of purchase, are they clear? No, kailangan clear yung terms of purchase, or for example, nag-breakdown yung machine. Meron ba yung warranty? Okay? Operational status is also important. Siyempre, hindi tayo bibili ng machine na alam nating baka masira din siya agad-agad. It should be fully operational, of course. And sometimes acceptable na rin naman yung fully operational but with preventive maintenance. And then completely rebuilt din ba siya, or may part pa na ikaw pa yung bibili ng mga tornilyo, ikaw ba yung maglalagay ng reagent sa loob. So in order to confirm then, we have to check with the last na taong gumamit, bakit mo binibenta yung machine, what was wrong, and just to make sure that you're not buying a bogus product, no? Alright, lastly, this is the last slide. Meron palang categories of a scheduled maintenance service. So, important na nagpapamaintain tayo ng mga machine natin just to make sure na they're still okay and hindi sila masisira anytime we use them. So, meron tayong tinatawag na PM or preventive maintenance, safety inspection, and lastly is in the functional testing and calibration. Let's start with the first one. So, this is known as preventive maintenance, and it's done periodically. Kung every 3 months, nung kami sa dati naming work, mga every 3 months nagbe-visit yung engineer para lang ma-make sure na or ma-minimize yung risk of failure ng machine. China-check niya lang naman, making sure na it's still breathing and hindi pa siya kinakalawang sa loob, and to ensure din na good yung operation niya every day. Okay? Next, we have safety inspection. So this one is for visual inspection, no, to check lang din yung machine natin for mechanical safety. Making sure na hindi pa sira-sira yung cables, na yung mga handle are still in place, hindi pa sila na aalis, nangangatanggal, no, for safety purposes na to ng gumagamit. Okay? And lastly, we have the functional testing, the performance verification, and calibration. So, they're all in one category naman. And ang purpose nila is we want to verify that our equipment is fully operational, na hindi siya masisira, and kahit anong feature na pindutin mo sa buttons, gumagana, and yun, na everything's good, everything's in place. Okay? And that's actually the end of our discussion for topic 8. Albeit online delivery, I hope na-experience nyo pa rin or na-appreciate nyo pa din yung discussion natin. And yeah, so to end that and to give you the last quote of our course for MTLabMan, sabi dyan by Joel Osteen, take inventory of what you're giving space to. Life is too short for you to live with negative things holding you down. So, it's so nice that we can use the term inventory for our everyday lives, na hindi lang siya for the laboratory. Even you, no, when you have time, maybe during your break, just try to siguro consider ano yung mga binibigyan mong oras at this point of your life. Are you giving too much space to things that hurt you? Are you giving too much space to people who take advantage of you na may mas better pala, ganon? Because really, life is too short for that, no? Things that are holding you down, ekis yan sa atin. We don't want that. We want things that just keep us alive, things that keep us grounded but don't hold us back from our potential and from our future. Okay? Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you next face to face class. Please keep safe. Thank you, and bye bye.